I'm standing inside the cabin of the bus underneath this newly raised roof, and it is so much more spacious in here. But now that the roof raise is complete, we're moving on to the next part of the project, which means we are going to be prepping these new supports to make sure we can attach sheet metal. So today I'm taking 1-inch angled steel along with 1-inch sleeves. I'm cutting them all down to size, and I'm going to weld them together so that I can insert it in between the original hat channels and give myself a structure to screw this sheet metal into. So I'm done cutting my steel strips. Now I'm moving on to my angled steel, and the main thing that I'm doing here is I'm cutting each piece to 18 inches. We did a 19-inch roof raise, but all of those cuts with the angle grinder were not perfectly even, and so I'm gonna leave a little bit of space on each side just to make sure that this angled steel fits into the gap. We've got all of the cutting taken care of, so now I'm going to take my angled steel, I'm going to clamp it to the sleeves, and I'm going to start welding them into place.
So are pieces of metal going to jump off and burn through my legs?
It could.
Okay, great.
It could.
You do not need to be filming this.
It's not.
This is gonna be embarrassing.
Why?
I don't want to see myself learn how to weld.
Are you ready for me to start recording?
You don't have to do that. You're gonna come help me?
Okay, and now put your mask down. There you go, leave it there for a second. Don't move too fast.
It's in the wrong spot.
Huh?
It's in the wrong spot.
So move it to the right spot. Today was another productive day. It was also a fun day. We got Morgan out here just showing her how to weld. And just think about that. She'd never had any experience whatsoever with welding. And this is what her welds looked like at the beginning. And this was her last weld. So it was really fun to see her get better. So remember that for yourself. Maybe you are jumping into a project like this. Maybe you don't have all the mechanical experience, all the welding experience, all the woodworking experience, but just get in there and start doing the work. And as you go, you will develop and you will get better. And it's just so much more fun to get to the end of a project like this and know that you did the work, that you learned things along the way, and that you grew and you challenged yourself to become better. As for me, I've got one more day of welding, and then I will be able to start putting panels on the side of this bus. I really want to get it enclosed. That's what we're shooting for this weekend, so I'll be back out here tomorrow welding. I am hoping to have these supports prepped and ready so that I can install the side panels starting tomorrow. That means today I have to install the brackets that we welded together yesterday. That means I'm gonna have to angle grind some of this caulking off of the outside of the hat channels, and then I'm going to patch together all of the supports in the rear area of the bus. Not gonna mess with the door right now, but I'm gonna make sure that the frame around it is squared up and ready so that we can start putting some of that sheet metal on the rear end. These should be pretty easy welds for the most part. We're just gonna tack them in at the top and at the bottom, making sure that they're even with the hat channel. You're gonna clamp in probably 5 or 6 of these at a time so we can really just go through them quickly. And what this is gonna do is really just gonna create a clean and level space to attach the sheet metal to. Hold it there. Hold it there. You see this little black button?
That one.
Hold that while you pull. Stop it before your arms get tired so that you're not just like, oh, I'm tired. Okay. So the back side of the bus has an inward angle, and since I've separated it from the bottom of the bus, I have to remake the support that connects the two, which means that I have to remake that angled post. And so what I did is I took a post and I cut it about 90% of the way through so that it was still connected on the back side. Then I took a hammer to it and I began to bend it at the angle that I needed. So now I recreated the angle that I needed, and I'm actually going to weld the post that I cut earlier. One more. So last night I worked well into the dark to get these angled posts into the rear of the bus, and the finished product looks great. The angled posts fit the original dimensions of the bus perfectly, and on top of that, I measured the doorway from left to right, top to bottom, and diagonally, and it is perfectly square. So once I extend that door out to the full length of the doorway, we won't have any issues reinstalling it into the back of the bus. As for now, I'm still looking to get side panels on this bus over the next couple of days, but in order to do that, I've got to finish rebuilding the rear end of the bus, and that's what I'm going to do right now. I worked late into the night again last night, and yesterday was another productive day. Not in the sense that I thought it was. I was planning on framing in the rear end of the bus and starting to get it covered with sheet metal, but I had helpers show up, and I need helpers to lift those big side panels. We'll be okay. Famous last words. They were here, so we got started on the side panels. We got a couple side panels up. I've got more help coming today, but before I do that, I'm gonna keep working on the rear end of the bus, and then hopefully later today we can put up some side panels. I am standing inside the bus with the raised roof and now has side panels. It was very exciting. It was a tough day, a lot of work, very hot. Been sweating all day. We're out here in 90 to 100 degree Florida heat, but Dan and Alex stuck with me. But I am so thankful for them, because without them, I would not have gotten this part of the project completed today. We had 6 side panels to put on today. We got all 6 of them in. On top of that, we also got the rear end framed in this morning, so that's ready to get some sheet metal on it. Still got some screws to put into these side panels to really tighten them down. Still have to go back and put the panel bond on it to really get it to grip real hard, because we don't want a bunch of vibration or echoing or noise, but I'm gonna get to that tomorrow. But today, just another very exciting day. A lot of progress. It's great to see.